Yo, welcome. I'm feeling really excited today because I'll be taking you guys on a journey through the WAXP ecosystem. Now, WAXP is a blockchain platform that's a real game changer when it comes to digital assets, NFTs, and decentralized experiences. Now, think of a blockchain that is purpose built for trading digital goods, creating seamless gaming experiences, and empowering creators. That's what WAX is all about. WAX is also known as the Worldwide Asset Exchange. But if all I'm saying sounds a bit complicated, don't worry. I'm going to break it down for you in a way that makes sense. First and foremost, you have to understand that WAX is not like every other blockchain out there. WAX is more laser focused. Most blockchains out there are trying to spread themselves thin. WAX is all about making those digital assets transactions smooth, fast, and very user friendly. So what that means in the real world term is that whether you're a digital artist selling NFTs, or you're a gamer trading in-game items, or you're a collector looking for unique digital assets, WAX provides a specialized platform designed just for you. Now, to truly understand how WAX works, you need to get familiar with three critical resources that power the entire ecosystem. We have the CPU, we have the net, and we have the RAM. Now, think of this like the engine, the fuel, and the storage of your blockchain experiences. You get me? Now, the CPU is your transaction processing powerhouse, or you can call it the engine. A CPU is basically your let me use the word, the computational muscle on the WAX blockchain, because it determines how many actions you can take and how complex these actions can be. So if you have more CPU, it means you'll be able to do more interactions, carry out more transactions, and you're open to more possibilities. Now, I'll give you a pro tip to beginners here. When you're first starting out, aim to allocate about 90% of your WAXP to CPU. This will ensure that as time goes on, you have plenty of processing power for your blockchain activities. Now, let's go to net. The net is it's more like your bandwidth lifeline. It's all about data transfer. Net measures how much information you can send and receive within a specific time frame. Net is quite important, but not as important as the CPU. Think of it like a data plan, like I said before, that you want to have enough data, but you don't really need unlimited data. Let's go to the RAM. The RAM is your permanent digital memory. RAM is where the magic of your permanent storage happens. This is where crucial data like the NFT ownership, token balances, and other critical information gets stored. Now, I would like to introduce you guys to the art of staking. Now, staking allows you to get more of the resources I talked about earlier. Basically, it's about putting your tokens to work for the WAX blockchain. You get me? So it's not as technical as it sounds, or it is very straightforward. Let me show you guys how it works. You just have to go to your cloud wallet, which is where I am right now. Input the amount of tokens you want to allocate. Now that you've understood how to stake and what staking is all about, there are some things you need to really take into consideration when you're staking. First and foremost, it's there's this notion that, okay, maybe as a beginner you have this feeling that maybe when you stake, the blockchain will take your tokens. No, you're still in control of your tokens. You can unstake at any time, but the thing here is that when you want to unstake, there is a 72-hour waiting period before you get your tokens back. Now, more staked tokens mean more resources and also more voting power. I'll talk about voting later on in this video. Now let's move to another aspect of the WAX blockchain, which is very, very fascinating. It's called pay per transaction. Now it's a unique transaction model that is quite different from other blockchains. It's you can also call it the power of feature, and it's quite a smart idea. Now here's why I think so. Traditionally, most people think blockchain means you have to pay a fee for every transaction, but WAX works differently. WAX works in mysterious ways, to use that word. Yeah. Now, if you've staked WAXP tokens for CPU and nets, most of your transactions are free. You get? But if by any chance you run out of resources while you're trying to make a transaction, that's where the power up or pay per transaction comes in to save you from any stress. Now, normally, okay, let me give you a more real life example. You're using a prepaid phone, right? And most times you run out of data, and you need to purchase more data. But on WAX, you can just power up with a very, very small WAXP fee. Very small. Now, these fees they're not just collected, actually. They have a potential deflectionary effect. It means that if enough fees are collected to cover network costs in a given period, the tokens are burned. Now, what that means for a beginner, if you don't understand, it means that those tokens are removed from circulation. That those tokens are no longer in circulation. You get me? And that means more value for WAXP tokens. Yeah. So this is why I think the pay per transaction is actually a very smart idea. Let's move to the concluding phase of this video. I'll be talking about governance on the WAX blockchain. You've probably heard of guilds on WAX. Yeah. Even if you're a beginner, you've heard of guilds maybe once or twice. Guilds are people who validate transactions on the WAX blockchain. They make sure everything runs smoothly, checking transactions, validating transactions, ensuring that everything is okay. So you can actually vote, decide who becomes a guild, and it's actually very fascinating because you can earn from this entire process. You can earn rewards for voting for guilds. But first and foremost, you have to have a cloud wallet. You have to stake your WAXP, and then you just have to go to wax.blocks.io/vote. That's if you want to vote directly for your candidate. But if you want to vote for, let's say you want to vote through proxy, that's choosing someone to vote for you, giving your voting power to someone else who will now choose a candidate that is worthy of your vote. You have to go to the website on your screen and select any of the proxies and then hand over your voting power to him or her. If you're thinking, how do I know which guild is doing a good job? How do I know who is just lazying around? That's where the Office of Inspector General, also known as the OIG on WAX, comes in. You can think of this as the quality control team for WAX. The OIG is a group of 3 elected community members who evaluate all the guilds. They check things like technical performance, community contributions, and overall value added to WAX. And one more thing, they also publish reports that will help you, make informed voting decisions. And it's more or less like having experts, reviewers guide your choice on the WAX blockchain. Yeah, we've gotten to the end of this video, and I'm pretty sure you now know the basics of most of the things on WAX blockchain, like how WAX resources work, how to stake and vote, and who keeps everything in check. Now, keep one thing in mind: everyone starts somewhere, and the WAXP community is always here to help you out. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more WAXP tutorials. You can drop any comments, any questions rather, in the comments section below.